Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of Learn the Rock Beat. I'm Eduardo with Rockbeat Drum Club. If you're interested in drum lessons, whether online or one-to-one in the London, UK area, get in touch with us. Today, we're looking at Starlight by Muse. Stay with me because we're going to zoom in into the tune and explain how to play, groove, and fills, and I hope you enjoy it. The tempo of this song is between 121 and 122 BPM. And the verse groove, the main groove of the song, it's probably the drum part that makes it so recognizable. And it's a 2-bars groove. We find again it's quite common in rock songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And how you play this part, you have actually 4 limbs playing at the same time, but different things. So you carry the whole beat on the floor tom. So you play all the 8 notes on the floor tom. But you will need to try and accent the downbeat of this, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. At the same time, your snare part will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The notes that you play on the snare are 2, 4, and 2, and 4, and. So you play the normal backbeat on the 2 plus 4 and 4 end. And then on the second bar you play the normal backbeat on 2 and then 3 end, 4, 4 end. Whilst you have the 2 hands busy doing this, underneath with your feet, you should play the quarter notes on the bass drum. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the same time, you will have an hi-hat accent with the pedal on 2 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So the whole thing together sounds like this. Of course, I encourage you to practice this groove, slowing down a lot, because there's so many unisons in this track. And it's very important that you try as much as you can to play them as unison, in fact. So avoiding flams, or all these notes should play actually at the same time. Same thing happening for kick and hi-hat pedal, okay? So alright, so now that we have the main groove explained, what happens in the song? Well, you start right away with this groove, okay? There's no intro with crash or fill or nothing. You just start right in with the groove part. Then you have like 12 bars of intro. Then you have verse 1, which is a double verse. Then you have a sort of pre-chorus hook part after verse 1, which leads into verse 2. The verse 2, of course, is a bit shorter, and it's the one that eventually then ends up into the chorus. Okay, so jumping from verse 2 into the chorus, you have a fill. And it happens a couple more times in the song. This fill happens very quickly at the end of the last part of the verse. And you have 3 and plus 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So you play the hi-hat accent on the 3 end, and then you have a flam on the 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Practice this slowly, because then speeding up at the original tempo of the song, it's quite of a fast movement to do, especially given the fact that then starting the chorus, you basically need to reverse your beat. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... The chorus part is led with the hi-hat, okay? So 8 notes on the hi-hat, a bit open. It's rock, it's the chorus, so you want to open the hi-hat. And then you have some extra crashes to add into this part. So the notes that you need to accent with the crashes are 1, of course, and 4 end. So you start the chorus with the crash on the 1, and then you anticipate the following one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, The chorus is in total 8 bars long. In between, you have the same fill that we played leading into the chorus, and the same fill also happens leaving the chorus. Once you've done with the chorus number 1, you have a breakdown section before you start again the verse groove. This is just a quiet breakdown where you carry just the 8 notes on the right. The second section is a very long crescendo between the snare and floor tom, so make sure you do it slowly. Try not to speed up when you grow the intensity of the crescendo, okay? So okay, so now you're into verse number 2, and then you would jump into chorus number 2 with the same fill we played before. So same drum part goes on here, but this time the chorus is actually double. 8 bars plus 8. The first 8 bars are the same as chorus number 1, so you have those crashes on 1 plus 4 end. On the second part, you only accent the 1, so you have the crashes going on only on the 1. We're actually now driving towards the end of the song. To leave chorus number 2, you have a very long snare roll. It starts on the 1 end, so it has a sort of upbeat beginning, and then it goes on for the whole bar. I really encourage you to practice this slowly if you can't do it at the original tempo yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we're now into the last new section of the song. And it's a sort of extended chorus. It's an extra special chorus. But this time the drums, it's a little bit more ordinary. So you go back having the backbeat on 2 and floor, but you carry the groove with the crash. And you have a very busy bass drum part. You play all the 8 notes with the bass drum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Last fill of the song to leave this extra special chorus and go back into the verse groove, which eventually ends the song. So the notes to accent here are 1 and 3, 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Also this one, if you find it hard at the beginning, just practice slowing down and you'll be able to do it. I'm using different parts of my drum kit here. You don't need to do that. You can just stick on one crash. You can basically play it on the hi-hat as well. It's both fine. As long as you're able to accent these 3 notes, so 1 end, 3, 4, you'll be fine. Well, once you've done that, you just go back into the verse groove. So you'll play that until the song ends with the crash, and that's all. So I hope the video was helpful. If you have any further questions, please feel free to drop a comment and I will happily get back to you. So once again, I'm Eduardo from Rockbeat Drum Club. If you're looking at drum lessons, whether online or one-to-one in the London, UK area, just get in touch. The first drum lesson is free of charge. You can message the page on Facebook, Instagram, and send an email to rockbeat.drumclub@gmail.com. And I can't wait to see you there. So thank you for sticking around today. I'll see you in the next video.